12s. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run it with Carson. He's still fighting forward. Always got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 21.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Left side complete to Lockett. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Forced out to his left. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone. So
you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Let's go. Let's go. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases just...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Shrugs him off. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Dancing to his left. Catch is made by Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2 minutes.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Hands it off out of the gun. Dances by him. And he's got this down to the 35.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he loses the football the second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be calling for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club unable to hold on to the football and take care of it?
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. Now down it at the 11-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously, the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Being chased out left. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has it up for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
You'd have to imagine, given the snowy condition, lots to talk about at halftime for these two coaching staffs. Plenty decisions to be made for the second half for sure. And for the call, we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Indeed, Coach. Thanks very much. And that snow you alluded to showing no signs of stopping, at least. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes. And while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chunking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
That's complete to the tight end, Warner. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right? And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Uses this stiff arm. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He gives it off to Carson. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tartt.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mitchell, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of cover.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Mohamed Sanu there to make the grab. And the 49ers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is DJ Reed returning. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Pushing his way through, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup there on the scramble. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Again, Wilson will keep it. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Flush to his right. Bust through the tackle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. A 10-play drive that time, and it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taking it about the 1. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 42nd mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
This returnable for Ayuk. So the victory here for Seattle, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural,
yeah,
but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody.